All right, we're out here. This is ODI Spot History. Shout out to the Dern brothers and Dig, hollowed by the name. There's some inspirations for these kind of videos, but we're gonna go and do some spot histories, try and do them once a month, thanks to ODI Grips, best grips in BMX. In our first spot, we're gonna do the home ab ditch. People have been riding here since like what, the 80s or 70s. It's like one of the first spots in San Diego. Eddie Roman told Vic about this spot and they said they've been riding it since like 85 or something like that, and I've been riding it my whole life. It's been a minute since I've been here, probably like 10 years or something, honestly. This is pretty much the beginning of the home ab ditch. There's another fly out that they used to ride the very first thing, but there's a huge bush and a tweaker camp right there right now. But this is actually probably the first spot nowadays that's running. It's pretty legit still. It's a quickcrete barrier kind of quarter pipe deal. The most memorable thing I can remember on this is Morgan Wade's flare back in the day. He flared the hell out of it that way. So that was way ahead of its time. And it used to be really good for lip tricks, but now it needs a little love. The coping is like shark teeth, it's insane. I think I did a foot jam bar spin on it. My only foot jam bar spin I ever filmed was on this puppy. Nike 6.0 days. Mark Losey, Glenn Milligan. Yeah, let me see if the boys want to ride this one. This one's probably like one of the hardest things to ride.
Oh, man! Yeah. What's up, dude?
That coping won't catch you, man. There's nothing there. Your peg went into one of the holes.
Yeah, it just said that. I don't think so.
From 1985 to 2025, people still hitting this stuff.
40 years.
40? 40 years. This thing was here when I was in my dad's nuts. Gary Young and Drop the Hammer right here did like a nose 5, like G-turn 5 on just the straight up bank. Like that's one of my favorite memorable clips, just on the bank with nothing added. And he also did 180 disaster over pegs back over. So the more we sit here, the more I'm gonna remember crazy clips. Gary killed it, Drop the Hammer. Dude, shout out to Chris Hervan. I did not know he made this.
Yo, Chris Hervan.
Chris Hervan is back riding again. Yeah, Gary, that's what you get with plastic pegs. You can get it, but it's just way harder. This is the next spot. It's about 75 feet down the ditch. We think Chris Hervan might have made this too. It's like an ancient artifact right here. It's like some Easter Island shit. Like a lot of people think the aliens built it, but really Chris Hervan made this stump. It's too far back for lip tricks. It's pretty much only good for foo-foo-noos or doing tricks over. I remember Seth Kimbrough did like 180 bar, fakie, and like sprocket over or something cool. This is maybe the first tombstone built in all of history. No. Tooth this thing, it's 4 feet bad.
Did you do it? Promote the like. Did you do it? That's great.
Yeah.
You could see that skaters try so hard to ride here.
Yeah, it's very hard for skateboarders. But this thing in general is super fun. This was something that was just naturally here.
Yeah.
It's like a perfect little sub box. That's how we started the day, just warming up on this thing.
Yeah.
At one point there was a sub rail right there, and it was actually like the scariest thing in the ditch at the time because it was big enough to sack. So like all the locals knew if anybody did anything on that, it was crazy. But it's gone. We're gonna have to build some new stuff here again. There's still a lot of stuff here, and there's been a lot of stuff here, but if it's not cemented in, the city tears it out. The big wood wall ride's gone, all the rollerblade wooden stuff's gone. That stuff was sick, but it's gotta be built out of the cement or they'll get rid of it. Don't build it in the middle either. And don't do cocaine. It's a bridge rave. All right. All right. What did I even say? We're moving down. That's the top of the ditch, the really, really old school stuff. We're gonna go check out the hip. You guys probably got some, that's like some of the oldest footage I've ever seen. People riding this hip down here. It's a really fun hip for a natural hip. What are we looking at? San Diego grown. Okay, you can tell us about this.
What do you want to know about it? So this was like a vert wall that, like, it was really good for airs and stuff. This one was better, but like you could kind of ride it like you could like air this one and then go our way and get to that one. I don't know. People did like tire slides and grinds and all kinds. It was just good. What did Chris Kyle did something here?
I bet. One of the kind of more mid-school spots built. Christian Regal built this thing, and Chris Kyle's flipped it. I think it was one of Christian's first like quickcrete builds, so it's a little wonky, but it's a pretty sick idea. Some tricks went down on this thing though. It was an era in between the old school stuff and the new Fiend stuff at the very end. This was built, so kind of something that was like in the middle 10 years of nothing really getting built down here. So I got hit pretty hard. Don't know where you're gonna find that footage either. Hop this barrier like from the street, like a horror video or something.
Scary?
It was pretty scary just because it's pretty high hop for me, especially back then. But just had to get the hop and then it was a fun float. He
said
Gary's done.
Again.
This trick's insane. Gary and Corey Martinez are the only people I've ever seen do it. Yeah, Cole. Ruben Feeble. Want to see what he did? I'll show you with my bike. Natural setup that's been destroyed. Rob Wise did pegs back in. He tried pegs hard 270. I think it's in the crash section of Market Zero, and got destroyed. Jeff Slots did the wall ride at the very top up in here. Jeff hit that wall ride way up in there, insane. Kyle Hart fast planted over this, and I had his back with the nose bonk bar and range of motion. Done on this thing. Oh, here we are getting towards the end of the ditch. Ryan Fudger and the Ride BMX dudes, back when it was Ride BMX, before ourbmx, built this and did a how to build quarters. And this was, it sucks there's water in the way right now, but we got tons of people who have ripped this thing up. This is like the DIY quarter for BMX for a long time. It's a good quarter, they killed it on this thing.
It'd be interesting to find out how many ads were shot on this.
I know. Right?
There's so many.
How long ago did you guys build this
I
thing?
think it was 2002 or 3.
Dude, a long time ago.
Yeah, 20-year-old quarter pipe.
Wow.
And then we resurfaced it in 2014 for the Fiend Jam that
That's
we
why it's
did
so
here.
nice now.
And so it's got a
That
little
was
love.
2014. And then we're here at the Fiend Jam stuff. They built this up-down ledge, the whatever this stuff's called, the angle iron's all taken off of it. They built the rails. That jam was sick though. That was like the last like super. That was like one of the only like super legit jams down here. So shout out to Garrett and Fiend for throwing that, and then everything stayed. You know, right now it's a mess and we can't ride it, but there's tons of footage from that jam. We had to come all the way down here, trudge through this nasty swamp because this is one of the sickest things that's got done at Home Ave. Gary's wall ride to wall ride, drop down like 7 or 8 feet, 180. You're the man.
Thank you, sir.
Insert clip now.
Digging it out was like the hardest part, because at first I dug out that way, and then I was like, oh, this isn't gonna work. So then I had to dig out another line that goes this way. So like in the Vans video, you can see me like going this way, and I definitely went from that way.
A lot of work, but a sick clip.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Ronnie Napolitan no-handered off the ledge too. That was pretty sick. And Market Zero, yeah. He like rode along that. That's really high.
That's pretty high, yeah.
Hell yeah, Ron. And then we're pretty much at the end. I think Demo recently flip fakied this thing. Wall ride flip fakie. Regal did some cool stuff on this, like maybe Lucky to Foot Jam Tooth or something. Like people have done a lot of stuff on this.
Yeah, Christian's the one that I remember having.
And wall ride switch down whip. Shout out to filming with Dobie. Love filming with him. But not a lot of people ever rode it. Gary was just saying he's never even rode this thing. This was always like me and Connor and Christian. We'd always come ride this thing. It was sick. Bank to slant wall. We'd always have fun here, trying new tricks. It's like a perfect wall ride to try something new on. And then the most memorable thing is the Josh Stricker forward banger, where it was pretty game changer when he jumped this fence right here. It's huge, like just a straight send, and it was so Josh Stricker, and he barely clears it, but one of the coolest things ever done here, especially for the time he did it. So shout out to Josh Stricker. That's Home Ave. Shout out to everyone who's ever come here, put their tires at Home Ave. Shout out to Gary, Parker, Colin, Bill, and Cole for coming out. Huge shout out to ODI Grips and ourbmx. Come ride Home Ave. It's got a little bit of cleaning up to do, and there's a homeless problem going down here, but it's good to see it's still here. And there's options to build whatever you want down here. Just, yeah, like I said, bring a shovel. Got a little bit of cleaning to do. It's not what it used to be, but man, there's been some history down here.